Hello, Libra. Welcome to your weekly reading for July 7th to the 13th. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and we're going to jump right in. Libra Nation, I hope you're ready for one of the biggest weeks of your life. Well, for the month, but it could be because there's so much happening here. You see that we have, okay, let's dive right in. But actually, I dropped these forecasts a few days before the week actually began. So you passed the mid-year part, right? The mark, sorry, which would be July 2nd. And then remember all the stuff happening July 4th, July 5th, July 6th. You had Venus moving into Gemini. You have Venus in Gemini, Pluto in Aquarius, Saturn, Neptune in Aries. You have Neptune officially retrograde. You have so much, okay? Remember, I said July is going to be bonkers, right? And now you're about to move into another. And I want you to get really excited for what's about to happen this week for you, okay? I mean, huge potentials, possibilities, breakthroughs, opportunities like you've never seen, because Monday, July 7th, and I mean that literally, Uranus moves into Gemini. Nobody's experienced this. It's been 84 years. So huge. And this completes that final phase of all the four outer planets changing signs in a way that we have never seen or experienced in modern human history. These planets and these signs, and especially because they're all aspecting, that's rare, okay? It means they're working together. Anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time on Uranus and Gemini for you because I already did in your monthly forecast last week. Just now you're going to go through changes. Okay, we're talking like this is the planet of change, breakthroughs, innovation, even rebellion, more like James Dean style. Revolution, evolution, stimulation. You're going to have a lot of changes. It is in your 9th house. All right. So, and remember, it has that harmonious trine with Pluto and Aquarius. So you've got a lot happening here. Big window of opportunity. All right. Remember the sextiles with Saturn and Neptune and Aries in your 7th. Partnerships, relationships, Pluto and Aquarius in your 5th. True love, romance. I mean, you've got Jupiter and Cancer in your 10th. Career. You got the North Node and Pisces in your 6th. Work. You've got so much happening. All right. So basically what's happening for you, this entire week actually, okay, is going to be this huge shift in perspective. All right. A lot of that it will be because of the circumstances happening in your life. A lot of unexpected things. But also, I encourage you to do things that are different with Uranus and Gemini. That's what Uranus wants you to do. Try new things. Look at things in new ways. Have that curiosity. Yeah. Experiment. Dare to, be different. Go do things that are edgy. It's Uranus, right? Go jump in the fountain. It's hot. Go jump in the fountain. Scream from your lungs about the new toaster you got that you love. Whatever it is, just, feel alive. It's Uranus and Gemini in your 9th. So a lot of you are going to go on trips too. Love this. Travel's a big thing. It really is all about you are becoming teachers, okay? You're the wise ones. If not actual teachers, people are really coming to you. Yeah, you're a cardinal sign anyway. I mean, you are, leaders. Anyway, just remember, it's just Gemini energy. Uranus and Gemini is very open-minded. It's quick-witted. Yeah, it's quick on your feet. You're going to get a lot of these lightning bolt moments. Remember, it's Gemini energy. It's all about the mind and communication and travel too, but it's Uranus as well. There, all right? Just don't forget that Gemini is Mercury ruled. Yeah? That's Hermes. He's fast. It's a lot of fast, book publishing is going to be a thing for you. A lot of you are going to be having these bolts of creative energy. Again, it's Gemini energy. It's of the mind. You better be writing that book. You're going to have these breakthroughs, okay? Or starting a podcast. It's your 9th house. All right. So really, really, really nice here. And remember, this is here for 7 years. Okay. But you're definitely going to hit the ground running this month. Uranus is in Gemini all month at 0 degrees. Okay. So Uranus just wants you to be your authentic self. All right. It's you discovering new parts of you too. And remember, it's change. We're all changing all the time. So that we see other sides of ourselves and new circumstances that we're in. And it's just, again, just be you. All right. Uranus is so original, by the way. He breaks from the mold. He literally orbits the sun sideways. So that's why I'm saying that James Dean, like march into your own drum beat, that kind of energy. And then again, with all this cardinal activations, all about being independent and courageous. Like you're really going to feel this. Okay. And with Pluto and Aquarius in your fifth, again, that's just like, wow. All right. That's very marching to your own drum beat. There's something here building confidence in you. All right. Really big confidence. And again, ways that you haven't seen. It's just your fifth house. It's joy and pleasure. You're having fun with this. It's, family and children. That's going to be a big theme for you this week, by the way, as well as, just the foundations of your life and creative projects like writing a book. So just have fun with this, okay? You are going to embrace that independent, original, because Saturn and Neptune, Aries in your seventh, right? That's all about partnerships, relationships. You would know this. You're the native ruler of the seventh, okay? So contracts, legal matters. The fact that you have Uranus moving into Gemini, I think I mentioned this last week in your monthly forecast. A lot of y'all, that also has to do with like the courts and legal matters as well, the law, things like that. All right. So even if you go to a courtroom, you see the, your symbol, the woman with the scales of justice. That's what you represent, Libra. So that the fact that Uranus is in Gemini in that ninth house area of your life, like I would not be surprised if you're signing something new, you're moving into something new, or y'all are becoming lawyers, or y'all are becoming something where you're the truth people. You know what I mean? People are going to come to you. All right. Just remember, wax on, wax off. Practice patience with Saturn and Aries, even with Uranus and Gemini. Okay. Now, two things here that I will tell you is that, remember how I've been saying every week for like 4 months now, this summer, okay, is you're getting a glimpse of what your life is going to be like from February 2026 and beyond. Yeah. Please take all that inspired action now. Okay. Where do you want to be by February? All right. And it's because Saturn and Neptune, you see Saturn going retrograde, Neptune's already retrograde. They're going to retrograde all the way back into Pisces this fall and winter, joining the North Node. Yeah. Like they were earlier this year, like they were all last year. Uranus will do the same thing. That's what I'm saying. All right. Uranus is going to go retrograde back into Taurus in November until about April 2026, staying there until, in Gemini for the rest of its transit till 2032. So basically this fall and winter, yeah, up until we get to the Saturn-Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees in February, all the planets moving back to their original, where they were earlier this year, including Taurus, they're just going to do little check-ins on how far you have come. This new place you are in your life. Any last lessons you need to learn as you enter the two most, continue to move through the two most pivotal years of the decade, which is 2025 to 2027. Now, because Uranus is leaving and entering Taurus, I have to tell you, Uranus, remember, 0 degrees, right? All month, will be at 0 degrees again in November and again in April in your 8th house, 9th house, flipping back and forth. 8th house is death and rebirth, transformation. So you're going to go through, it's like a metamorphosis year for you, okay? You're going through a lot of changes, but again, exciting, yeah? I want you to get excited. You're just going to be full of wisdom and a lot of money stuff for y'all. All right? So really, really great. And if you want to have an idea, if you want a little bit of a preview of what Uranus and Gemini this summer is going to be like for you. Yeah, this summer. Think about May 2024 to June 2025 when you had Jupiter in Gemini. So Jupiter was expanding, right? And Jupiter was bringing you luck and abundance, wisdom, all of that in your 9th house of wisdom. I mean, that's Jupiter's home. So Jupiter rules the 9th house. So just ask yourself, like, what was happening around that time? All right. That brought you to this moment that made you wiser. Okay. experiences that you had. And again, travel, publishing, broadcasting, education, all of that really strongly on the table here. It's your worldview, though. It's, the way that you see things, your philosophies. You had awakenings. You had spiritual awakenings. Now, Jupiter's passing the torch to Uranus, okay? Who's going to bring next level awakenings, okay? As well as innovation and breakthroughs and all that change. Yeah. Now, as I promised last week, the lower expressions of Uranus and Gemini, well, that would be Uranus is the great awakener, right? But he's also known as the great disruptor, bringing chaos and upheaval. No, you can find yourself also being, erratic or unpredictable at times, okay? Like Nicolas Cage or Kristen Wiig, whoever, okay? But all I'm saying is that and when I say this, those lower expressions, their potentials around those challenging aspects like oppositions or squares, okay? Just letting you know, all right? And so it would be like no filter. It would be misinformation, maybe being a little bit stormy and reactive rather than responsive. It could be manipulative energy, rebel without a cause. Yeah, it's like a kid with a bottle of chocolate syrup at a wedding. So that's Uranus and Gemini, okay? Even spreading gossip, yeah. Like, did you tell everybody you built a time machine? Did you really? Like that kind of energy, okay? It's very different from Uranus and Taurus, all right? Uranus, Gemini, all right? Also, people can, surprise you, shock you, things like that with the things that they say. But a lot of this, and you could do the same thing. That's what I'd say, but it really, really is only through like those, more challenging aspects where you can see those lower expressions. But just remember, in general, Uranus does a million times better in Gemini than it does in Taurus. Okay? And you vibe better with that anyway. You vibe better with like you're having one of the best, like the fact that you've got Uranus in Gemini, your BFF, fellow air sign. You got Pluto in Aquarius, your other BFF, fellow air sign. Pluto's finally out of Capricorn. You got so much to look forward to. You got Jupiter in Cancer for you. That's your 10th house, like fame. Like you're good. You're good already. All right. Now, the other thing is, I did I put on the whiteboard? No, I didn't. Remember, you're also coming out of the triple conjunction with Venus, Uranus, and the fixed star Alcyone. All right. It's the biggest star of the Pleiades. It's just a big thing. It's, hasn't happened in a century. It's, 84 years. And it's harmoniously connecting with Pluto, Saturn, Neptune. Like you're going to feel this. All right. You're going to feel this. We'll talk about more in the second spread, but there may be something here where you're really, really feeling fired up and ambitious and enlightened about the transformation you're going through, about this new you, about, partnerships and relationships. And again, that can be like business partners and money. All right. So anyway, that same day, Venus and Uranus, by the way, will trine Pluto. Now, you're going to love this. I'm going to tell you something. All right. Okay. Oh, this is amazing for you. So remember, this only happens twice a year. And the second time is going to happen. And I know a lot of y'all take notes. So if you want to really, mark October 14th, right? In the books. Okay. Put in your calendar. It's during your birthday season. That's the second time we're going to have it. And guess where Venus is going to be at that time? It's going to, Venus, your ruling planet will be in your sign. So Venus will be in her domicile. Now, but what makes this even more special is that this is going to be Venus in its domicile, Pluto in Aquarius, and Uranus in Gemini. So you see, you've got this insanely amazing, wonderful air trine here. Hello, that's amazing. And Mars and Mercury, Mars is going to conjunct Mercury in Scorpio. But come on, that's amazing. All right. So what's happening here is that Scorpio rules your second house. So that's money, finances, income, salary. All right. Also, if you're not here for money, self-worth, self-value. So there's just something here it's this feel good energy, right? because it is like your fifth house as well, which is fun and pleasure. And it's like true love, it's romance, it's procreation. A lot of y'all gonna be having babies. Yeah. So, but career is gonna be off the charts. Anyway, this time around, Venus trine Pluto. Yeah, you're just seeking. Remember, I talked about this last week. Seeking deep connections. Yeah, really deep connections. Connecting in a spiritual way with others. And there's also something here that has to be said about, with money. Money and love. They're the biggest themes. And it's where you're going to be investing. You're going to feel it. It's so profound. It's like, and creative projects, by the way. But investing your time and energy into something here where you feel it on the spiritual level. It's making you a lot wiser. And it's all in the name of transforming your life. There is a level of intimacy and passion here. And again, it's Pluto in your fifth. So, which is sex. So, and it's Venus and Pluto. Venus is sex. Like you get the story. All right. A lot of y'all having babies. Anyway, but also remember, Uranus is here too. Think outside the box. There's, especially with creativity, creative projects. Uranus in Gemini is creative anyway. It's this just off the charts creativity, and it's connecting with Pluto and Aquarius in your fifth house of creativity. That's like the domain. All right. And don't forget, you have Mercury in Leo all week. So Leo is, rules that fifth house of creativity. And there is this element of fame and, being recognized. It's, Leo rules your 11th. That's, on a global scale is very possible here. But it could also, 11th is also like social media. Like you could, do social media stuff. Actually, yes, please, because you will have the moon in Sagittarius up until the full moon in your third. So you got the two social media houses really active. All right. So something could go viral. You could do something in terms of like promoting your brand, marketing, advertising. Like you've got great stuff, but you have to think outside the box. Uranus is asking you to. Remember, breakthroughs, freedom, all of that. Okay. Carpe diem. So, you're definitely expanding your consciousness now. This is a little, and I want you to tell me here, all right? Because if you want an idea of what you can expect with Venus trine Pluto, I want you to think back to May 23rd to June 17th of 2024. Tell me what happened. Yep. That was the last time Venus trine Pluto. In Venus and Gemini trine Pluto and Aquarius. All right? And Pluto was in Aquarius for like a hot second back then, but that was a bonkers time because we were in Gemini season. Therefore, the sun trined Pluto. Okay, Jupiter moved into Gemini at that time. It trined Pluto, and then Mercury conjuncted Jupiter in Gemini, and then Mercury trined Pluto in Aquarius. Right? We had a Venus Cazimi. Venus is your ruler. That's why yeah. And then we also had a new moon in Gemini. So, yeah, there was something big that happened for you. All right? There's something that played out for 6 months to a year. So, obviously, it's going to be different this time around because a lot, you didn't have Saturn and Neptune and Aries. You didn't have any other, but just pick up some patterns if you want to know what you can. And again, a lot of this is like ninth house activity, but also fifth house and even second. So, I wouldn't be surprised if you did something that was eye-opening for you. All right? Now, and sign something, okay? The same day, by the way, with Venus trine Pluto, you're going to have two golden triangles. And we're going to talk about this in the second spread where we talk about like planetoids, asteroids, fixed stars, etc. Lunations. Remember, the moon is in Sagittarius in your third house. Like you're going to be chatty and you're going to feel like you're going to want to travel. You're going to feel free. You're going to want to, it's fun. You're going to have a lot of fun, but you're definitely going to be social. All right. Now, one of the golden triangles, we have a fire trine. That's absolutely amazing. Like you're going to be so social the first half of the week. Juno is part of one of these golden triangles, right? Juno and Scorpio with the sun in Cancer with Ceres and Aries. I mean, What? And Ceres, remember, is just think Mother Earth, just nurturing. Yeah. That really strong nurturing energy, taking care of yourself so you can support others and supporting others. Just really nice. But the way that they're connecting for you, right? Remember, Juno is it belongs to you, Libra. Juno is part of your, part of it, she's your asteroid. So Juno is all about the balance of power and truth and justice in relationships, in partnerships, in contracts, in marriage, legal matters, all of that. Connecting with the sun in Cancer in your 10th and Ceres and Aries in your 7th. So again, I would not be surprised if you get a new job, if you sign a contract, if you start a business, if you, any of that, wouldn't be surprised. If you get married, wouldn't be surprised. All right? FYI. Anyway, we'll talk about more in the second spread. Here's the thing. You just got huge windows of opportunity this week. All right? Now, cross watchers, if you do watch for your rising or your moon, or for your, husband, Tim, or your, kids or whoever, right? Your girlfriend, your, neighbor, air signs, that would be Gemini, you, and Aquarius, and fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they're going to feel this the most, okay? Venus, trine Pluto. If you know your birth chart, your natal chart, if you have planets 0 to 6 degrees, any of the signs that I just mentioned, yeah, you're really going to feel this, okay? And again, big opportunities coming in hot for all of y'all. Don't forget, over the weekend, also Venus and Uranus, sextile Saturn and Neptune. That's in Aries in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. You have, come on, that's big. Venus is all about love and money. All right, so anyway, you're already good. And there could be some surprising things that happen, or you could surprise yourself. Please take action. Please just, And yeah, the moon's going to be in Sag. I mean, that's amazing. Okay. And again, we just have this amazing fire trine we'll talk about in the second spread. I just truly believe that you're going to have a huge, huge shift in perspective. And again, maybe fame. Maybe fame. They're like recognition for sure. You're definitely going to be busy being social and with communication. Juno will actually trine the North Node this day too. Just FYI. Remember, you have the North Node in Pisces. All right. That's all about your everyday activities and health and work, like colleagues, employees, things like that. Things like that. All right. Now, Thursday, July 10th, that's when we have the full moon in Capricorn. It's happening 4:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York City time. Convert that to wherever you live in the world, but you're going to feel this all week. To be honest, you're just going to feel it. And you already have Jupiter in Cancer. This is at 19 degrees. What's really funny, Libra, we're going to have a lot of aspects at 19 degrees, okay? So just bear that in mind. I even told you last week. I was like, all right. That's your degree, by the way. 19 degrees is your degree. So let me just tell you about this full moon real quick and what you can expect. It's in Capricorn, right? So, yeah, Capricorn rules your 4th house. So there's, again, home, family. There's something here. All right? There's something here. Remember, full moons are culminations, turning points, endings. Something being illuminated for you. All right? It can be, with your significant other, with your parents, grandparents, children. Real estate. Yeah, maybe you're, finally buying property. You got the green light, is signing now, that whole negotiating things over, and yeah, maybe you're selling something like a property. And there's something here with like ancestry. But here's the thing. You've got this full moon that's going to trine the North Node and sextile the South Node. So there's already something here. Don't forget, you got Mars in Virgo too, okay? With the South Node in Virgo. So there's something here. And Virgo rules our 12th house, which is the subconscious. The full moons are about the subconscious, right? And so anyway, there's something here where you're going to go really deep. And a lot of it is, again, just when you look at the big picture, everything that's happening for Libra, It just feels like there's something here where you're unrooting something that may have been holding you back. All right. Maybe it was like you kept telling yourself, oh, I can't afford that dream house, or, oh, I don't think I want children, or, I'm single. I don't know. I might be too old to go dating. Like things that you're telling yourself in the subconscious, like it's done. Okay. That's what it's with the nodes. It's with the nodes. And let me give you a friendly reminder here that you have Uranus trine Pluto. Breakthroughs, right? Freedom, freeing yourself. All right. So just keep that in mind. You got a lot of power. All right. Pluto in Aquarius in your 5th. Okay. Pluto natively ruling your 2nd. So again, there's something here with true love and romance and family and children and, self-worth, self-value. All right. This is all about your long-term goals too. You're going to be thinking about that because it's Saturn ruled. It's a Saturn ruled full moon. That said, Saturn will be having a chat with the nodes too about you. All right. Remember, Saturn is the planet of karma with the nodes of fate. It's a big week. All right. It's a big full moon. Not a lot of Libras know. Sometimes I have to remind you, Saturn actually is exalted in your sign. So you're really going to feel the impact of the full moon and Saturn going retrograde. But I love this full moon. I think it's great. It's amazing. It's with the nodes. Okay. So again, there's something here that's got to go. A lot of this is going to be in terms of like your daily activities. It is highlighting your 6 and also work. There's going to be changes. And a lot of y'all, remember, there's something fated happening. It could even be like maybe your boss announces they're leaving and that changes the dynamic in the office. You never know. Uranus is at play, right? In a new sign. But this full moon is for you to have a major point of release. It is at 19 degrees 19. What is 19? 1 plus 9, right? 10, right? So, which is 1. So everything that I've been saying, I've been telling you for months, out with the old, in with the new. Okay? You're going to have a couple 19-degree aspects. 19 in numerology in general is leadership. Okay? 19 degrees, what did I say? Your degree, your cardinal sign. Full moon in Capricorn, cardinal sign. Saturn and Neptune in Aries, cardinal sign. Jupiter in Cancer, cardinal sign. Do you see what's happening here? There's something that you are releasing so you feel a lot more empowered. Pluto is at play. Pluto is empowerment, transformation, okay? Out with the old, in with the new. It is Saturn ruled, meaning it is a serious full moon. And again, not a bad one. It's just like you're going to be, structure, stability, discipline, reality checks, all of that about your long-term plans and commitments, especially in that home sector, home and family sector. Yeah. All right. So it's sure. Yeah. Maybe there are no jelly beans at this full moon meeting that is happening with the North Nodes and the moon, but it's still doing something great for you. Okay. Now, the other thing is I want you to think about what happened for you 6 months ago when the corresponding new moon in Capricorn. You remember that? So, you should remember that. It happened January 29th of this year, the day after my birthday. You remember, right? So there was something here. A lot of y'all moved. A lot of y'all are moving again. Okay? Maybe getting roommates. Maybe, roommates leaving. Maybe, again, there's just something here with home and family, real estate. Okay? So cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, and I'm throwing in Pisces and Virgo because of the nodes. Yeah? Are going to feel this the most. If you have any planets and cardinal signs in your chart that are between 17 to 21 degrees, any of the cardinal signs, it doesn't matter. You look at the angular aspects, you are really going to feel this, okay? To give you some context, my Mercury is in Capricorn. in the 8th house at 19 degrees. I'm going to feel this. I'll let you know what happens. Now, full moon. The thing, okay, Friday. Before I even tell you about that, there is going to be something that you find out. Because Friday, July 11th, we will have the moon conjunct Pluto. So, you know, the moon after it's going to move into Aquarius right after the full moon. Therefore, it's going to, like, you know, with Pluto. Don't forget, this is an Aquarius. So you're going to have the moon conjunct Pluto in Aquarius trining Uranus and Venus. And that's a wide orb, but it's still there. So what does this even mean? Well, full moons illuminate, right? Well, now you have the moon conjunct Pluto. So there are going to be things coming to the surface. There's secrets. Yeah? Even, maybe some reality checks, but revelations. So just be mindful, all right? Because with Uranus at play here, it could be something surprising, unexpected. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying there could be even you revealing something, but it's something that you're like, I needed to tell everyone that I'm Batman or something, right? Like there's something here that's going to be good for you, okay? And it may have something to do, again, with a relationship, a lover, or family stuff, children. They may reveal something, parents, whatever it is. There's just something here, realtor, or something with a creative project. And that's the other thing. You could have like moments of like, I get it now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but don't hold anything in. If you need to say something or get something out, you don't want to do that, especially because of this conjunction. And with that said, try to avoid extremes with the moon conjunct Pluto. Yeah. Trining Uranus, so that unpredictability and that, Nicolas Cage energy. But remember, Pluto natively rules your second. So there could be something here around money as well. All right. Or food. Or material possessions. Now, the other thing is that you can use this too, by the way. Like, remember, this is all about you and your breakthroughs. You got Pluto with Uranus at play. Yeah. All right. All about your breakthroughs, thinking in new ways, and even new possibilities, new insights you may have. All right. The other thing is, and we'll talk more, we'll talk about it more in the second spread. But the other thing is that same day, you see now the sun in Cancer will trine the North Node in Pisces and sextile the South Node in Virgo. So when you have a week when you have both the sun and the moon trine the North Node, 19 degrees out with the old and with the new, this is a big point for you, okay? Because once again, I have to make this very clear. You have the sun in Cancer in your 10th house of career and fame, public recognition. If you're not here for career, it's your reputation, your public image, achievements as well, leadership, social status, all of that. Yeah. Trining the North Node in Pisces, that has to do with work, colleagues, employees, or responsibilities when it comes to work. Sextile the South Node in Virgo, your 12th, the subconscious, some things that are, coming to the surface. Remember, you have Mercury in Leo all week. It goes retrograde next week. Therefore, Mercury's in shadow this week. And so a lot of things may be coming to the surface, things from the past for you, especially when it has to do with work and career or your everyday activities or health. All right? Maybe a big thing. And when I say that, remember, we're letting things go. So are there any patterns or habits or any of that you're just like, okay, I just do not want to think this way, feel this way? Do I really need to eat a bag of Cheetos every night while I watch Love is Blind? Whatever it is, just don't. We got to let it go, okay? Because I told you, next week, Mars will conjunct the South Node. And Mars is going to come in hot. And Mars is going to be like a laser or a lightsaber. And it's going to say, you've got to stop, okay? And a lot of this, because it's your 12th house, something here, maybe deeply rooted in your subconscious. All right. Just keep that in mind. 12th house is great. It's like rest and retreat, but 12th house is also secrets. It's things beyond the scenes. FYI. So please pay attention to these days because you've got something great happening for you. There's, again, it's all this cardinal activations, Libra energy, 19 degrees, yeah, balance, peace, harmony, right? So anything that's bringing that disharmony, we gotta, okay? And you've got the sun trine the north node. The sun is this life force. It's your purpose with your destined purpose, with also you're destined. This has got to go. It's in the past, the south node, right? I've learned my lesson. I'm learning my lessons. And again, this isn't a bad thing. It's the sun. It's when you're going to see the brighter side of things, okay? I mean, it's the sun. It's optimism, right? And so it's shining light on something that needs to go, but also the direction you want to go with your everyday activities and your work and your relationship with colleagues, employees, and health as well. That's a big thing. Your North Node is in Pisces and you're 6. Virgo natively rules the 6. So there's big stuff here with work and career as well as health. All right? Where, again, let's let this go for new Libra. All right? And then you have Mars and Virgo. I mean, that's just you've got stuff, okay? There may be some, and 12th house is very spiritual, all right? Remember, you already have Uranus and Gemini in your 9th house of spirituality. So just trust your intuition. 12th house is intuition. Now, Saturday, Sunday, and you're going to be fine. Saturday and Sunday. Oh, also, one more thing. Can I tell you one more thing? That same day, this is why this is such a bonkers week. We have another golden triangle. This is just like the number. Okay. You have the North Node in Pisces with the Sun in Cancer and Juno in Scorpio. So there is truly something here that is very, very work and money. Yeah. Remember, Juno and Scorpio, that is your second house of salary, income, finances. Sun in Cancer, 10th house of career. All right. North Node in Pisces, 6th house of work. So there just may be something here for you to think about. All right. Especially leadership energy. All right. Now, Saturday, Sunday, July 12th and the 13th. And again, if you're not here for career, it's just your everyday activities, what you're passionate about. All right. Now, like foosball or whatever. Now, Saturday and Sunday, July 12th, 13th, Saturn goes retrograde. All right. Right at midnight. That's why it depends on where you live. That's a big, big day. You're going to feel this a little bit of slowdown, but it's a good one. I like this. Okay. This is, for you to have those moments where you're meant to break free with Uranus and Gemini, right? And so with Saturn retrograde up until this is what's happening. Saturn's going to be retrograde for some time. But it's on September 1st. That's when Saturn goes back into Pisces with the North Node. All right. So again, you just want to use this time while Saturn is in Aries in your 7th, partnerships, relationships, contracts, legal matters, marriage. Now, 3 things. A, you're going to ask yourself, am I putting too many limitations on myself? So much that I can't break free. Okay. We're going to fix that. Yeah. Secondly, you're going to ask yourself, is my vision for my future realistic? Yeah, it's Saturn. And then thirdly, you're going to ask, am I showing up for myself? Yeah. Remember, this is retrograde. It's still in Aries. All right. The sign of the pioneer, the, leadership at 1 degree, by the way, which is the Aries degree. So take this time to reassess, redefine, address any of your future goals and commitments, make any adjustments as necessary. Yeah. I'm not saying everyone's going to, it's just take that time. All right. Especially because you will have, and you're going to see it strongly this week, but a lot of y'all already have new responsibilities coming into your life because your life is changing. You're making room for all this new. Okay. You've got Mars and Virgo that's already very like analytical. It's very like at your typewriter, you know, typing up your to-do list and checking things off. All right. In your 12th. So I like everything that's happening for you. You just got to use it. Okay. Now, the other thing is that Saturn's actually being very good right now, too. All right. He doesn't even have his aviators on. All right. So, and he's giving you these opportunities with the sextiles and whatnot. So, for the long term, too, you're already good. All right. That's enough. All right. So, Libra, one last thing. If you are a subscriber, you know that I do. And even if you're new, all right, I do channeling, right? Prediction videos, live streams. I just hit the microphone. Nothing's going to change with this channel. Nothing. All I'm doing is I'm taking a lot of those prediction videos where I can speak a lot more freely onto my own site. All right. And I don't know by the time this video comes out if it will be ready or not, but I'm going to give you the name of the website. It's on the back here. That's what it is. Okay. FYI. All right. So go to it because it may be, and I did a live stream recently, so it should be up. Should be up, but there's a reminder. And it's going to be a lot more than just those prediction live streams. Look at my last live stream that I did. Okay. Like I'm going to be teaching a lot. Astrology. I'll do world astrology there. There's a lot. All right. Daily horoscopes. You're going to love it, Libra. Now, let's get, and by the way, yeah, for the second spread, you see all those fixed stars? All right. There's a lot happening this week. All right. Libra, let's get to it. Let's see what's going on for you. All right. Before I lose my voice, I keep saying all right a lot. All right. Libra, July 7th to the 13th for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Libra Nation. Okay. Libra, y'all crack me up. Y'all are so funny. Did you see your last week's reading? Oh my, you just look at it. Even if you just take you have never seen a spread like that. All right. For your July forecast. Okay. Libra, I do a traditional color cross spread, offers the best overview, especially for a weekly reading. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. And you know I love y'all. Let's get to it. Yep. Things are changing. Big time. You saw your last, okay? Just take a, okay? You're good. That's how good you are. You're going to get, I'll put the L there for you. Anyway. Yeah, what did I say earlier? So you got the 10 of Wands. Take that time. Am I putting too many limitations on myself? Am I doing a lot of things where I'm avoiding the real things that I actually should acknowledge? Maybe do a little bit of shadow work, or maybe unroot things from my subconscious. But this is a lot of responsibility, and this is very like, I got this, I don't need your help, but he can't even see where he's going. He's carrying so many wands. So you got to drop a couple wands. But the bigger thing is, look at your entire spread. 10 is the end, right? 1, 0 equals 1 is a cycle. Everything's a cycle. Everything is cyclical. So you drop these wands. It's the best thing for you. You go fast. You go really fast. All right. Now, the other thing is, there's something here again. You may need to communicate. I think you need to say something. I think that you know what it is. It may be work related. And for a lot of y'all, it may be something with a creative project, maybe something with a relationship, family as well. But it's got to, because there's a little bit of burden that's coming through too. Like you're putting it on yourself, but when you release it, whoosh, You got the Chariot, which is really amazing. And the harder your spread. And so when I said you're going to have opportunities, this is like a breakthrough in itself. This is, you even see the two Sphinxes here with Uranus moving to Gemini, which is really amazing. And this is, you got Saturn and Neptune in Aries. You got all this cardinal energy. The Chariot is attributed to Cancer, by the way. And so you've got Jupiter in Cancer, 10th house of fame, career, your reputation, leadership, all of that, achievements. Look at the stars in his canopy. He's just going straight toward his goals, his dreams. He's making that magic happen. And he's not turning back at all. This is full throttle. So two things, Sphinxes. How's he even controlling them? Because he doesn't have any reins up here, okay? Willpower, mind over matter. You're going to feel that. And the other thing is, look at him. Look at even the Chariot that he's sitting in. It's cement. This is commitment to his future and not turning back. And these Sphinxes that he's controlling, it doesn't matter which direction that they go. You are in control. And you're going to feel that very strongly when something ends. And you've got to see what it is, but something's got to end, something that may be bringing, a little bit of a boulder on your shoulders. Yeah. Really great. Love it. And two opportunities are coming through. Are you getting a car? Did I ask you that? Y'all are getting cars or taking a short trip this week. Okay. Now, justice in your challenge area. It looks like you see that happening too. So when I talk about Juno, right, in Scorpio, and all these asteroids and planetoids, I think I said this in your monthly forecast, you're gonna see a lot more astrologers bring them, and that's how significant they are. You're 1000% gonna, give it to the end of the year at least. Like it's gonna, especially with Uranus and Gemini, and Uranus, ruling astrology, Uranus being Aquarius's ruling planet. Like anyway, you are there's gonna be the ending of some relationships. Okay, yeah. FYI. And but it's the best thing, and it seems mutual. It seems like something that it's like, this is not working. It doesn't feel good, and it can be work, it can be love, whatever. You've got the judge here. What did I say about the courts for you? Yeah. So, and legal matters, it could even be like maybe a client of yours, maybe, do you know what I mean? Okay. FY, just whatever it is for you. It can be just a one-on-one relationship. Yeah. Your private driver. Maybe he's, wanted to be an artist. Now you got to find a new, yeah. But whatever it is, it's letting you free. That's all it is. Okay. Now you also have Temperance in your crown. So it's the best thing for you. This is really, really great. I told you you've got the moon in Sagittarius for the first half of the week. I said that there is something even here, and there's something you've got to, even with the Pluto moon conjunction, all that Scorpio energy that's bringing in, Pluto being the ruler for Scorpio, Juno being in Scorpio right now. There's something here. I feel like you got something to say, but this is really great. Temperance, who is attributed to Sagittarius, by the way. And that's your third house, like I said. So communication, even thinking things, but a lot of balance here in a beautiful way. And there is a sense of like just enjoying life. I just want to enjoy life. I want to live in the moment. I want to not worry about my future, not think about my past, none of that. I just want to enjoy life and just go. Yeah. And then that when you're free, you're free. You see what I told you, you got big old breakthroughs and opportunities coming through in a big way. And this is in your future, the Two of Cups, the card of partnerships, new ones. And that could be the other thing. It could be like, maybe there's a little bit of a in a current relationship. It doesn't mean it completely has to. Maybe you just need that little chat. Yeah. And then there's this, revival. But for a lot of y'all, it's a new relationship, and it can be career, it can be work, it can be love, whatever it is. It can even be platonic, like a new friend. Remember, you have Mercury in Leo in your 11th house of, friends, benefactors, allies. This is amazing, okay? Because did you see your monthly forecast when I broke it down week by week by week? Yeah? What card did you get the second week? Let's go to your staff. And there's a lot of healing here. You see the caduceus, by the way. There's great passion. What did I say? Venus trine Pluto. Who's going to feel that the most, right? You see it's a lot of passion. It's you opening yourself up to possibilities and someone coming through. Libra, I've lost my voice. Okay, so Libra, y'all are amazing. Come on. Let's if you like this reading, it'd be great if you subscribe, share, leave comments. Love y'all. And I really want to know the way that things are set up for you. I really want to know what's going on with Libras and even your spread last week. Anyway, all right. So let's I love y'all. All right. So this is going to be a big week. This is really easy. All right. You've got the Magician. Come on. You know that there's things happening for you. And all it takes is you believing in yourself. That's all it is. All right. Believing in yourself, being confident in yourself, and really taking those steps. This is the Magician. He creates his reality. And there's this new journey that you're embarking on, that you even want to, that you're manifesting. That's a Magician here. Right? Card 1. Hand of the sky, hand of the ground, as above, so below. You're good. Just continue to move forward and even have those breakthroughs that you need. They're coming. I mean, with that Ace of Swords. So, 2 things. A, I did say that it's very likely you're going to sign something if you haven't already. It's coming. All right? With that Ace of Swords. I also said you're going to have this huge shift in perspective. It's coming, okay? It's the biggest sword in the swords are the thoughts, communication, brilliant ideas, even like contracts. There's also, remember what I said, even if there's like the ending of something, it doesn't seem like bad, right? It's conducive for both parties because the Ace of Swords, and remember, this is all potential. You got vibrator, the high frequency, but there's the olive branch. So even like making up with, so anyway, this is your new beginning. You have the 2 of Cups with the Ace of Swords. Like you're good. Right. There's this new way of seeing things, and a lot of it will be circumstantial. But again, I just feel that you're just fired up. You already see things happening for you. You're fired up. You got the Chariot, you got the Magician, you got Temperance, you got the Queen of Pentacles, the richest queen. Someone who takes care of her little rabbits. In fact, by the way, I'm going to show you something here. You do see the bunny rabbit, right? Hidden right where my finger is. Okay. In this card. So there is a sense of like fertility and this growth and everything growing in the world that you want to live in. You really, really manifesting that world that's going to happen for you. Okay. And in that world, there's a sense of you taking care of others, whether it's like family, whether it's like your colleagues, whether it's your partner. This is amazing. You're moving in the right direction. Okay. Remember, all it takes is you taking that step, because the Magician is all about action. It's an active card, but you have all the tools. So you can have whatever you want. You see all the tools of tarot, right? At his disposal. Now, Queen of Pentacles. Here we go. Very, very this is it. Okay. You see all the similarities here. So they have this connection. So they can make magic happen. Okay. You see the roses and that's the thing with the red roses. That's passion. That's blood. That's let's you feel it in your bones. Anyway, you're really good. You have the Seven of Pentacles in your final outcome. Yeah, you're gonna remember Saturn going retrograde. You're gonna take a pause. Am I on the path that I want to be on? Where do I want to be by February 2026? And a lot of y'all have worked. This is also saying, yeah, a lot of y'all worked really hard to get to the point to this point, which is amazing. But still take that pause and ask yourself, okay, what is the next thing that I'm going to make happen? Yeah. It does seem like there is going to be a change of something. And this is Pentacles. So money, right? Remember, even with Venus trine Pluto, that's a lot of like investing your time and energy into something, because Pentacles, your physical reality. So it can be money. It can be a relationship. It can be whatever it is. You're just going to take a little bit of pause. Next step. What's next? Yeah. All part of, like I said, your transformation. In fact, that is a Taurus card, and Taurus rules are 8th house. So you're really good. There's a lot of cards here that I'm recognizing from your monthly forecast. All right. Libra, you're really good. Thanks so much. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on. And yeah, second spread. We're going to do a spread just on the full moon. Just on the full moon. And you saw all the other aspects that I'm going to, walk you through. Anyone's welcome to join. Tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Really good and legendary members. Anyone's welcome. We have so much fun. And next week, you know what's happening next week. All right. So you're going to have some big changes, but remember, it's all about moving forward, not looking back. Okay. You can look back and see, okay, like this is what's happened and brought me to this point. What's next? And what is the action I'm taking for that with this new circumstances, new way of thinking, new situation that's coming into my life. You're amazing, Libra. I will see you next week. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye.